welcome guys. It's my pleasure. I enjoy talking about photography, teaching about taking photos, doing these things is my passion. My goal is to help other photographers to become better, to improve their skills. I've been a photographer for 21 years. I've spent over $10,000 on my education. Besides from 700 real weddings, I've done over 3,500 portrait shots, or 35,000. 35,000. I've edited 35,000 photos. So for me, it's a second nature to talk about photography and to teach photography. I've been teaching for 4 years now. I started teaching the new photographers that are shooting with me, the old photographers that are shooting with me. So I teach every day, all day, without knowing, without realizing it. And then it started to be a passion to teach. When I saw that I'm helping somebody else, it made me feel good. And feeling good is very hard thing to find and to convert it into a job. So I don't take it as a job. I love talking about photography. I love shooting. I love helping people. So this is my goal. And I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it. Don't forget, we are having Zoom classes on 29th of March and 1st of April. One is how to expose, the other one is one light, 5 portraits workshop on Zoom. And also wedding photography is a love story, guys, which happens once in a lifetime for 2 people. And you have to remember that as a photographer, it is your job to tell the story the most beautiful way possible. And as a professional photographer, you cannot hide your talents or your abilities from the couple on a wedding day, because why did they pay you on the first place if you're going to hide anything that you know from them? You have to give your all. This is a day that they will remember all of their lives. They will show the photos to their children. You have to know this. You have to understand this and be able to sometimes create things that they don't exist. Not to wait always for the moment, because sometimes when you wait for a moment, I understand people love photojournalism, and but on a wedding day, because everything happens so fast, you can't rely on just wait for a moment. Sometimes you have to create a moment. So let's start the slideshow of a wedding album for Shant and Tallinn. Okay, this is the first page of an album, and you open the title, as you can see. Okay. Then comes the bride preparation shots, bride getting ready shots. As you can see, in one page, you have detail photography, storytelling photograph, okay, portrait photographs. All this happen in one side of an album or 2 sides of an album. This is what I was telling you. You have to be ready, prepared, understand everything, because this photo may not mean anything to you, okay? But for the bride, it's her rings, it's her earrings, it's her perfume, okay? It means a lot for a bride. So these are the detail shots, and here is a portrait shot of a bride putting her earring, getting dressed, and this is half a shot for the bride with the front of the dress, okay? You can consider it a fashion shot. It works on every levels. Here is a family shot. When this is another example of when you do group shots, family shots. Every type of photography is included in a wedding day, and it happens really fast, guys. So, and again, here are another sample of the bride alone shots, because here is the thing. It's not about the location, it's not about the couple, it's not about the weather, it's not about the type of light, it's not about the gear, it's not about anything else. It's about the photographer. Okay, it's your job to understand in this location what can you do. It's your job to understand in this situation what to do. So not every house is a 5-star house. Not every room. Maybe you are shooting a wedding in a hotel room, and you are forced to do things that you can't do anywhere else. So that's why you have to be prepared, guys. You have to know your lighting, your posing, your list of shots that you have to do on a wedding day, because it happens once and it happens really fast. You have to be very creative. You can't always wait for the moment. Every wedding is different. You cannot be specific in every wedding. You cannot repeat waiting moments. Sometimes you have to create moments like this one. So I took the bride outside of her house, which she has lots of memories when she was young. Of course, she was playing on the stairs. It has sentimental value for her, these stairs. She was a little girl on the stairs. Now she's a bride, and she will watch this all of her life. So next page is the groom's house. We have the traditional groom meeting with the groomsmen and family shots. Here are the family shots again. Okay, here are portraits. Again, as you can see, you have to change your style. Group shot and a portrait shot, classic portrait shot of a groom, which everybody forgets to take. Sometimes they don't care about the groom. We don't. And then we go to the couple shot. This is my favorite part, when we are alone with the couple, because these are the type of shots that will remain for them only, especially for the couple. Okay, we are pretty known for this type of shots. So as you can see, you have to tell the story or sometimes create a story. Somebody has a comment. Very true. It's all about the bride. The groom shots were great. So here are another couple shots telling the story in one page. Again, as you mentioned, it's all about the bride. If I wanted to wait for the veil to throw, to play, or waited for the wind to come and throw the veil up, I could have waited till now and the wind would not blown there. But it's my job. If I want a veil, I have to tell the bride to play with the veil. Some people don't like to pose. The pose itself is it's not very nice of a word. Not everybody wants to be posed. The key word is directing. Okay, every movie has a director, and without a director, it doesn't work. So somebody has to direct the whole scene. Somebody has to pose the bride if it's necessary. Somebody has to create the moment if it's necessary. It's the photographer's job to do all these things. It's very different from a landscape photography. It's very different from a micro photography. So you have to be, people, I can't believe people just are logging in. So another location, another moment with the now groom standing from behind the bride and talking to her ear, whispering, I don't know, we have to ask them what they were talking about. Oh, sorry. And then another shot with the couple alone. Yes, negative space. Yes, negative space. On this one, right? Negative space. One of my students is Marion. We were learning about negative space in our how to expose anything, anywhere, under any light. It's a Zoom class we are having. We are having one on 29th of March. I almost mentioned to some of you, it's a 12 courses for $125. It's for 4 weeks, 3 days a week. If you like to join, DM us on Instagram at studiovace. What is a negative space? Right.
She has to join the class.
I think you have to join our Zoom class to understand, because to reach to the negative space, you have to understand how to expose, how to compose, and how to crop things, and then comes the negative space. But negative space is when you leave a negative space. No, it's okay, I'm joking, I'm joking. Okay, the negative space is when you leave, wait a minute. Okay. As you can see, the half of the frame does not include anything, which is called the negative space. The couple are on the right side, and the left side is empty, which is called the negative space. Okay. So wait. Okay, let's move on. Was it clear? Does anybody have any questions? Sorry, guys. Let me see. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. So let's move on. Here the couple are walking. Okay, let me stop here because I have a shot. This shot is the cover of the album itself, okay? And this shot, you can see, I will show you the other one now, which is this one, Jama. And it's the same location, guys. I just went and stood behind them and took the other way. So when you understand the light and how it works, you can play with it, even if if it is a sunlight, you can still play with the light. Okay. Again, so here is when the two families meet. Yes, here is where the two families meet, and the bride is now going away with her father. And then the famous car shot. Again, it's a wedding, but you have to do car shots. You have to know how to compose a car shot and then to tell it in a beautiful story. For example, the groom didn't know I was taking the shot of the bride looking at him. And the minute that I took the shot with the groom, there was no bride in front of her. So sometimes you have to direct things for the album. And as you look now, they are looking at each other, but in reality, they weren't. So it's the photographer's job to create this kind of moment. I hear a lot of people tell me that they don't like to get involved or pose a couple or let's say take photojournalistic. All these for me are excuses, because if you knew how to light and how to pose or direct, you would never leave it up to the couple, because couples are there. They are normal people. They are not models. It's their first time they are getting married, and they have all the stress in their head. So you cannot rely on the couple to get results that can be repeatable. And if you want to be professional, you should repeat the things you do week in, week out, because the couples that are hiring you will hire you for your result, for the things that you are known. Okay. For example, we are known lately for 3 years. We have the cigar shot that we are famous for. I don't have it in this wedding because the groom didn't like to show it. Anyway, so let's move on with the wedding. So, and then we have to take, for example, this is a shot with the drone, tells the whole story from above. I just love, I have the full image. It's a beautiful image, by the way. It's taken with the drone. And as you can see, you have to continue to tell the story for the journalist lovers and wait for moments to happen, like this one. Okay, I didn't create this one. I didn't tell the little girls to look the other way. I didn't tell the bridesmaid to look down. So, and here also, I didn't tell anything. It's an Armenian tradition to take the bride, the father of the bride talks with the groom and they exchange. Anyway, here is the entrance. We are also famous for the entrance from an bird's eye view. We have the same moment as you can see here and here. Okay, we use two cameras. We have two shooters always to tell the story the most beautiful way possible, guys. Because it's a wedding day and you need more than one photographer. And if you don't have another photographer, your result will not be as with two shooters. Some photos are impossible to take with one photographer. So here is another shot that tells all the story with negative space all over here, telling the whole story with the beautiful flowers. Okay, as you can see, guys, these flowers are no longer alive. The dress she will not wear again, but she will always look at her photos and remember the day and remember how she felt on that wedding day. Okay. This is the story, what happened in the church. And then we come to the reception. Again, for product and detail lovers, here is a shot of the product details that it's your responsibility to take the photos because you are the photographer. You're not there to watch. You're there to capture the story, tell the whole story and the small details, everything. This is a tip from me to you. Everything that the couple spend money on, please, please, please don't forget to shoot. If you're just starting out or if you are a professional, this is a reminder, everything that couples spend money on, it should be captured in your camera. Okay? It's a must. It's a rule we don't break. Okay, here's the entrance of the couple. Okay, for again, photojournalist lovers, this is their expression live. I didn't plan on this. I didn't tell them to do this. Okay. Also, I didn't tell the groom to turn the bride, but he did, and we were there and we captured it. And then we move on with the story with the first dance. Here are some real moments that we tell the bride or the groom what to do. Here we can wait because we have 3 minutes and they usually turn around. You can wait for a moment to happen here, but remember the first dance is not the beginning of the wedding. It's the almost, you've covered all of them, the bride alone, the groom alone, couple together, families, everything important in a wedding day has been captured up until now. So it's kind of a room to play with or wait on a moment to happen if you like this kind of shots. But sometimes you are obligated to take this kind of shots because you cannot go to the bride while she's dancing, hey, look at me. It's kind of awkward. Don't do it. Okay, and then comes the crazy moments. When people start to party. Okay, and every party is different. Some people dance slow, some people go wild, some people throw the alcohol away as if it was a shower. So every party is different. You have to be able to capture it. For example, another example of a not waiting for a moment and capturing it. I couldn't create this. It's the groom's reaction to open the champagne, his happiest day of his life. And then always finish an album with a wow shot so that you can close the story and take them to another place and remind their love on the wedding day. So I will take some questions. If you guys have, you can ask me anything before I go on with the second album, second wedding story. Does anybody have any questions? Did you like the pictures? Did you like the story that was told with the photos? Come on, guys, you can talk.
I have a question actually.
Go on.
So this is maybe out of the topic, but have you also captured other pictures of things that are more humanitarian? Have you been interested in this field?
What do you mean humanitarian?
I
To
mean
tell
the
the,
social, yeah.
you mean everyday life or
No, humanitarian,
a
it means something
specific
like
project?
charity,
Well,
charity,
for us,
NGOs.
this type of photography lies under an event, right? It's an event, and we have to tell the story in an event. So yes, we do things, we do events, we do charity events, we do everything almost. It's very similar to a wedding. Yeah, for us, everything is a story, and we have to capture it. If there are live moments, we capture it. If there is not, we create it. So I hope I've answered your question.
And how does that differ? Because, you know, in charity events, people are maybe more sensitive. So how do you treat your clients? How do you talk with them?
Well, depends on the event. If it's a giveaway and the receiver doesn't want to be seen, I have to take another approach. If it's an obvious thing that you want to show that you are giving away or people are receiving, it's almost photojournalist. You have to tell the story from every angle. And one more thing is very important, guys. Every project should have a target. What's the target of the images of your project? If you can tell me, I will answer it much easier. Okay? You cannot hit a target you can see. Every project should have a target, have a purpose, and meaning of the photographs. Why? Is it for newspaper, Facebook, archive, personal use? Okay? I have to know, depends on the target, I will approach depending on the goal. Is it clear?
Yes, still have one more question.
Of course, of course. It looks like you have an event upcoming, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of things. Yeah, I'm organizing something and I really want to know the other perspectives. So basically so before going to the event, you have to organize all these things up and it may seem overwhelming. How do you talk with them? Do you have someone to talk with them? Do you talk with them personally? What happens in this case?
Who is hiring you? Who is hiring you?
No, it's not about hiring, but like I am hiring people right now. So
Oh,
I have to know which
I will
conversations I have to
hire
have.
them. I think we are hired. This is the feeling that I'm getting.
Amazing.
Emma, I can talk about this all day long, okay? But if you want, is my number is I will write my number. Contact me after the webinar or tomorrow, okay? I
Okay,
will help
perfect.
you any way you want. This is my number or at studio. SJ.
Okay, noted. Thank you.
Yes, it's out of the subject. Thank you for asking. I can help, but people, this is our Instagram. You can inbox me also, okay? Thank you.
Deal.
Hi, Lama. Okay. Anybody else have any questions about wedding or anything else in general, or the way we shoot, or the way we approach a wedding day? You can write in comments or speak to me directly. Don't hesitate, guys. Okay. So if you don't have any question, I will move on with the second wedding and show you. Wait, let me prepare. Okay, before I go on with the wedding, I have an announcement to make. 1 minute. Sorry, guys. I'm very new to Zoom. What did I say? Okay. I am happy to announce that we are having a One Light 5 Portrait Zoom classes. It's a 5-day workshop. It will cost $375. In this workshop, you will master 5 lighting patterns. You will use one light with 5 lighting patterns that is used in every portrait. If you are shooting indoor or outdoor, you can use any light. It doesn't matter what type of light you use, if it's a continuous light or a flashlight or a window light, it works. It has daily trainings and also has posing tips to complement every lighting pattern, okay? It's $375, it's for 5 days, 1 hour a day with also training on each type of lighting. So also we have the Zoom classes for how to expose if you are just starting out or having problem with exposing. You can register, it's on March 29th, and the One Light 5 Portrait Zoom class will start in April 1. It's for 5 days. It will be, we will see if it's 5 days in a row or 2 days a week. We are still discussing with the registered. We will see. It will be limited places, guys, for 10 people maximum, because over 10, it will be a little bit crowded and you will not get the specific knowledge and understanding. So if you want to book, please send me a WhatsApp on 03598994 with hashtag Studio Vace One Light. I will contact you as soon as possible. Okay? So let's go with the wedding. So this is the, ay, narinig ako kasi. Urer. Urer. Stop sharing. Somebody is having fun. Okay, so this is the cover of another wedding album. Okay, and this is the not original photo. I've turned them around so that the cover will be nice. Jay, can you show me a wedding album with cover, please, so that people can understand what I mean? Ah, yes, yes. Okay, this is what I mean with the cover, guys. So every album has a cover. Okay, it's a real picture. So every wedding has a unique one-of-a-kind book. Okay, it's first edition and the only edition. Okay, this is the first page. Okay, Mikhail, can you underexpose us a little bit? Okay, so this is the first page. Okay, this is the second page. This is what I mean with an album. So what you're seeing in the computer is one spread with 2 pages. Okay. This is how it goes. Here is our famous cigar shots. Another. Okay. So it's a big album.
They can add some quotes.
They can add what?
Quotes
On what?
next to the
Yes, they
pictures.
can. Yes, you can. So you can customize any album. It's done with computer, so you can add anything you want. Okay, I've seen albums with, for example, can you do the exposure yet? I've seen albums where, for example, on this shot of the entrance, they will write time of the wedding. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
Let's say 6 p.m. Okay, it would have been nice, right?
Yes.
But usually it's a style. Not every couple like it, so you have to ask the couple if they like or not, or what type.
Yes, for sure.
For
It
sure.
depends on the people.
So let's start with this new wedding. Okay, as you can see, this is the starting page. Alex and Marina. Okay, the same location. We have a few shots. Okay, again, it's the same story, guys. If I wait for the groom to kiss the bride, I can wait forever and the wedding will start. We usually don't have time. We direct them in a way that we know what will happen next. We know the next move. If you tell a groom to do something, you know that he will go for the kiss, he will go for the joke, he will go for the dirty stuff. Anyway, so you can predict. If you can't predict, it's your fault. You have to train yourself to predict what will happen. It's not the couple's fault. It's not the location's fault. It's the photographer's fault. Sorry for photographers. Don't take it personally, guys. There was a time I didn't know it also. I thought it was the couple. I thought it was the location. And then it turned out it was me. I didn't know how to pose correctly. I didn't know how to light correctly. So my mic is off. I'm moving a lot, man. Yes. I thought that too. Exactly. So it's our job, guys. Why do you think we take $2,000 to $5,000 on a wedding day? Because we do it week in, week out. People know how we work, what we do, what is our results. So people expect some type of result from us, but they don't know how it's made, how it's. They weren't next to us with the previous wedding, okay? And it's not that they get married every week. We do weddings every week, not them. Okay, photographers go to a wedding every week and take pictures of every. It's not your first wedding, of course. If it is your first wedding, I recommend to train very, very hard before the wedding day. Okay, it's a big responsibility, guys. So be careful and train hard before the wedding day. If there is something you don't know, it is an indicator that you don't know, so work on it. Here is another shot, another wow shot as we call it, on the bridge. Okay, same example here. We told the groom to say something very funny so that the bride will laugh as loud as she can, and as you can see, she's dying. Okay, another story, bride and groom walking. And then we go to bride alone shots. As you can see here, we have fashion photography, detail photography, portrait photography. It's fashion. Detail, fashion, and telling the story, okay? The ring is a detail, earring is telling the story, putting the perfume is telling the story, back of the dress is a fashion shot, and on the right, bride watching herself getting dressed, which is a portrait. So all this happened in a single 5 minutes. So, and then as traditional as it goes, you have to take the bride full dress and have portraits, and then the family, and then the groom alone. Okay. By the way, guys, these are shot with one light. I will teach you how to do this on our one light workshop coming in April. Okay. So another shot of the grooms getting ready. Okay, family shot. Okay, and then two families joining, bride dancing alone. And then, okay, this is the first shot that this is the church entrance, as you can see this side. Okay, another example of two shots happening together at the same time. Okay, and then we have this shot when the ceremony is finished. And then again, bride and groom alone after the wedding ceremony. Sorry, after the ceremony. Okay. By the way, this is right after the ceremony when you go clockwise with the story. Bride and groom getting out of the church, family shots. Okay, both families, and then you do a bride and groom alone shot before going to the reception with the church so that they can remember or they can tell their children which church was it. Okay, and then we come to the reception with detail shots. Okay, and then the entrance, bride and groom. Okay, this is the two fathers dancing with each other, a big party. Okay, and then the zaffe. Okay, the first dance. After the first dance, the party goes on, and then the cake. And then, as I told you before, you have to end it with a wow shot. Again, guys, this is one light. I've used the sunlight. I've backlighted them. This is one type of light that you will learn when you register to our One Light 5 Portraits workshop. So this is another wedding that is done. Anybody has any question? No, everything is clear. Let's see some shots. 0, 0, 0, 0.
Don't forget to shoot the groom.
Yes. Okay, here are some random shots from random weddings. As you can see, you have to tell. This is the shot I was talking about with the church and the whole Anjar location. So, guys, it's all about the photographer. How can he play with the light? How can he direct the couple to tell the story the most beautiful way possible? This is the cigar shot I was talking about. This is done again with one light. So when you join our workshop, you will find different 5 types of portraits that you can do with one light. Okay, so I will, if you see this, so this is the shot that kills me every day. Okay, this is done in camera, not a Photoshop or a thing. Tell the story when you don't see even the couple. Okay, this is again on a wedding day, guys. You can call it the boudoir shot or a nude shot, but believe me, the bride was dressed, and we hid the how do you say, the gown, some kind of gown that they wear with the bride written behind her, so that you will think it was without a dress. So one of the reasons why you have to create or learn how to create, okay, taking back the groom to the old days. This was in 1920, before 100 years ago, when we shot a wedding. You guys are sleeping, and this is the groom of that wedding in 100 years before. Okay, another car shot. This was in 2020. You can see the effect of Corona. This is the bride's father waiting for the right time to handle the bride to the groom. This is a silhouette. This is again one of the types that you will learn on a one light portrait photography workshop. This is at okay. This is before and this is after. Some people ask me if I edit my photos or not. Yes, I do edit my photos. As you can see here down at the bottom of the dress, okay, it's been edited, okay, but these things happen on a wedding day because you don't have the time and you are doing things on a very fast pace. So some things, yes, you have to edit with Photoshop, but not the lighting, not the posing, okay? Some small details in a photograph, you can rely on Photoshop like 5% or 10%, but the capture should be very, very correct. I mean lighting and posing and exposing, okay? Very good, right? Oh, see how it goes. Okay, another portrait shot. As you can see, we have 3 brides in one shot. Over here, you can see one reflection, another reflection. What is better than one bride? 3 brides. And this is again done with one light. Again, another example that is done with one light, okay? So when you learn the light and the 5 types of lighting, you will be able to execute some great shots. Okay, all these are done with one light. This is a photojournalist shot. If you selfies always has a place in the weddings these days, but we have to remind them of the selfie also. It's our job, it's not their job, even though they are using the phone, but it's my job to tell the story, and the story is the bride is taking a selfie with her friends. Another example of detail shots. Okay, 1 minute, guys. Another reflection of bride. Landscape photography with telling the story with the most beautiful way possible. This is what I mean. I'm telling the whole story with the lighting, the dancing, and everything else. Okay. Also, here I have a sample of how much Photoshop that we do. This is the original shot. Okay, as you can see, almost everything is there. The pose, the light, the gown, everything is flying. And this is the edited one. Okay. Photojournalistic shot on a wedding day. Okay. Directing the bride to a certain type of sitting situation so that I can shoot the whole dress. with details on her left side. Also, this is done with one light. I pretty much love mirrors and one light. It's my thing. Now I will show you the difference between posing a bride or directing a bride and what it means, what is the effect of posing in a picture. This is the same bride, the same location, okay? This is one shot, this is the other shot. Which one of these two the bride looks more beautiful?
It's
I'm
the
waiting
second
for the
one.
comments. I'm waiting for the comments.
The second one.
Yes. It's the same bride, right? I'm the same photographer. Okay? It's all about posing when it comes to especially female form. Okay? It's a very tricky thing. It takes time. You have to understand what is going on. You have to see the light before you take the light. You have to understand what it means to have too much light on your subject, what it does to your subject, and if you give less light on your subject, what happens to your subject. So the difference is in the picture, and pictures never lie. Okay. Another shot we do is with backlighting while the bride is putting her perfume. Okay, as you can see, let me go zoom. If you're watching on your phone, you can see the details. Okay, again, this is done with one light. Okay, if you see this picture, I'm sure by the reactions, you can understand where this photo is going. And the kiss follows. As you can see, the negative space and telling the story, they are on the 31st floor. Okay, you can see the Beirut city behind them. Okay, you can almost also see the cars, people walking on the streets, and they are doing their thing on the balcony. I really like this shot because there is too much story going on in one particular moment. For those who don't like directing the couple, if you didn't put them here together and didn't tell them have fun, guys, this shot was almost impossible. Also, you can do a lot of fun things with photography. If you're asking the child's name, she's pointing at her name. Her name is Chloe. Okay. This is another shot with the couple. This is the groom shot. Groom getting ready shots. In here we have 6, 7 stories happening in one particular album page. Okay, here we have a shot with a drone telling the whole story from above. As you can see, the moment before the bride meets the groom. And here we are photographing their entrance. Okay. Here are other stories. So, no questions. So as I told you guys, wedding is pretty much very fun job, but it's a little bit hard to understand at the first time because you need training, you need experience, you have to know all types of photography. But one thing is for sure, when you know your light and your pose, you can start to create. When you create, you'll be in control and everything will fall into place when you do that. The only reason it appears a big project or a hard project for you is because right now you don't have the experience, you don't have the training, you haven't been to certain number of weddings to understand how everything works. But when you get used to it, it's the best job it's best photography job that is ever created, because we do all types of photography in one day, and we prepare for a wedding almost 3 days before. For example, I start shooting a wedding before 3 days. In my head, I go over the list of shots that I want to do, because as you can see here, we do over 3,000 shots. Okay, we repeat most of them, but the list is very long, and you have to be very focused to hit the list, to hit every shot, not to forget anything, because the last thing you want to do is come back from a wedding and missing shots, missing portraits, missing. It's not a good feeling. It's not good for your reputation. It's not good for your work. It's not good for your confidence and everything else. So everything was clear. Okay. Did you guys benefit from this webinar? Did you learn something new today? That is all that matters, as long as you guys understood new messages. Yes, loved it. Thank you for your time. You're welcome. You're welcome. By the way, we will do. Thank you, Elaine. You're welcome, guys. It's my pleasure. I enjoy talking about photography, teaching about taking photos, doing these things is my passion. My goal is to help other photographers to become better, to improve their skills. I've been a photographer for 21 years. I've spent over $10,000 on my education. Besides from 700 real weddings, I've done over 3,500 portrait shots, or 35,000. 35,000. I've edited 35,000 photos. So for me, it's a second nature to talk about photography and to teach photography. I've been teaching for 4 years now. I started teaching the new photographers that are shooting with me, the old photographers that are shooting with me. So I teach every day, all day, without knowing, without realizing it. And then it started to be a passion to teach. When I saw that I'm helping somebody else, it made me feel good. And feeling good is very hard thing to find and to convert it into a job. So I don't take it as a job. I love talking about photography. I love shooting. I love helping people. So this is my goal. And I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it. Don't forget, we are having Zoom classes on 29th of March and 1st of April. One is how to expose, the other one is one light, 5 portraits workshop on Zoom. So,
Sorry, why is asking?
Yes.
The location?
Where is my location? If you can text me, I will share my location. It's in Beirut,
Mandal?
facing Mandaloun nightclub. Okay, if you can text me via WhatsApp, I will share my location. By the way, guys, we also do all of this workshop in person, okay? And we do workshops tailor-made. We teach event photography, product photography, portrait photography, how to shoot manual photography, also that's it, video, Adobe Photoshop, Premiere, editing. All of this are included in our education services. But because some people want to learn specific stuff, we are not still telling everyone, but anybody who is interested in educating themselves, we have over 10 types of educating services.
By the way, before that, you didn't tell about the ebook.
Oh, we also have an ebook on how to expose anything anywhere under any light. It's $35. If you join our Zoom class, you will get the ebook for free. So Zoom class is $125. The ebook is $35. So when you register to the Zoom class, you will automatically get the ebook. Also, the ebook will be included in the second workshop for the One Light portrait photography. I think it is better if you haven't done any class. The book will help you learn about exposing a little bit and composing also. Okay, for tonight, I have to say thank you very much. If you have any questions, you can inbox me at studiovace.photography on Instagram or at 03598994 on WhatsApp. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you guys for giving me your time and staying with me for an hour. And stay safe, be safe, take care, see you soon.